What is going on, Star Wars fans, and welcome to the Real Rebellion. Today we're going to be talking about how Star Wars is literally eating itself from the inside out. But before I get into anything, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoy this video at the end, please leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. So, what is going on with Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and everything? Why is it slowly being destroyed? Actually, it's pretty quickly being destroyed because given it's only been 7 months after The Last Jedi, a ton of stuff has changed and gone south very quickly. But I'm going to tell you why everything is going the way it is, what is wrong with Lucasfilm, what is wrong with the fans and the reaction to Lucasfilm, and why things just are the way they are, why Star Wars is dying out. So let's take a little trip to the past, I guess. I'm going to give you a little bit of an origin story of what is going on with Lucasfilm and why they are treating the fans the way they are. So, if you go all the way back to 2012 and you look at how the fans reacted when Disney bought the rights to Lucasfilm, to this whole Star Wars franchise, the fans were absolutely excited. We had all the faith in the world in Lucasfilm. We had a ton of faith in Kathleen Kennedy. The way she spoke to George Lucas himself, the way she spoke about the characters and how she's going to handle the franchise, it was all very convincing. We were excited for the future. We felt that we were in good hands. And the first Star Wars movie released by Disney came out in 2015, The Force Awakens, and a lot of people loved that movie. It met expectations. It was a very great movie. It left us on a huge cliffhanger. I enjoyed it a lot, and there was a few things that we noticed in that film, though. But we didn't really care. We didn't really care about those politically driven themes and, you know, the reasons behind certain people being casted, why, you know, just all those things. We didn't really care. We were willing to look past it because we were getting good Star Wars movies. Well, Rogue One came out. It was a pretty good movie. I loved it. I didn't really care that a woman was the main character. She was a very boring character, honestly. But the movie itself was good. I almost crapped myself when Darth Vader came on screen there at the end of the movie. I loved Rogue One. But we still noticed some issues with it, some political agenda type stuff, SJW stuff in the films. But once again, we were willing to look past it because we were getting good Star Wars movies. Well, everything changed when The Last Jedi came out in 2017, and everyone just kind of, well, expressed how much they hated it. The fans were wrong in how they addressed the problems with the movies. The fans really were brutal and very mean about it. Now, it's not to say that there's any excuse for how Lucasfilm responded, but the fans can't afford to tone it down from time to time. I mean, I'm not saying the fans as in everyone in general, because there's a lot of fans like myself who try to keep things civil and just simply express their problem with the film. But there are some people out there that are complete trolls and just nasty, terrible, mean human beings. So, when Lucasfilm reacted the way they did, we really knew who Lucasfilm is. Lucasfilm is showing their true colors. The people inside Lucasfilm, like the employees, are really just starting to show who they are and what they believe in. The reason why it's eating itself up from the inside is because Lucasfilm wanted to implement this stuff into our films. Their politics, their SJW-driven bullcrap, their agendas, their woke crap. I don't even know what really all you want to say, but they were trying to put all this stuff in our films. And when the fans reacted the way they did, when they said that, you know what, we don't like your crap in our films, we don't like these films at all, Lucasfilm had two choices. To take the high road and say, you know what, you're right, we don't need to be putting all of our politics into the movies, let's put our politics and differences aside and just focus on making good Star Wars movies, or stand by their point, stand by their politics, and fight it out with the fans until, I guess, somebody wins. See, I don't understand Lucasfilm's drive here. I don't know what their point to everything is, because they are just continuously making things just completely worse. Rian Johnson is making things much worse. He can't seem to shut his mouth. And things just keep getting worse. I'm like, what is your goal here? What is the end point? Like, what is the ultimate goal for what you're trying to do? To say that all Star Wars fans are racist and sexist? And that you are the only people on the earth who are pure human beings? That you know exactly what you're doing? That the fans of Star Wars are, you know... And here's the thing, they keep saying that they want to make movies for the next generation. I'm like, what's wrong with the fans you already have? There's so many. You're going after this imaginary fans, but really what you're going for is your ideal fans. You want your fans to just accept and love every single thing that comes out for Star Wars. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. We live in an imperfect world with fans who are not always going to love the Star Wars movies that you come out with. But you keep acting like you made a perfect, beautiful piece of art. And The Last Jedi was anything but that. It was a terrible movie. It has divided the fans. And the reason why it is tearing itself apart, the reason why Lucasfilm is acting the way they are, is because they want to continue doing what they're doing and the fans to accept what they're doing and be okay with it. And what I mean is they want to keep putting their politics in our movies, and they want the fans to basically just accept it, to just be okay with it, to have the same values and beliefs that they do. But not everyone in the world is going to, agree with you on your politics. Not everyone in the world is going to like your movie. And they just can't seem to accept that. They just continuously lash out at the fans, say things to the fans that are going to make it worse. And what they're basically going to do, and what they've already done, is just blame white men for the problem. It all comes down to politics. And I talked about this in I don't know if it was my last video, but a video I released a few days ago. Politics have no place in Star Wars. They never have. And they never will. There's a place for politics and there's a place for Star Wars. You don't put them both in the same place. Because when you do, you get what you get here. A lot of fighting, frustration, and anger from both sides. You split the fan base, and guess what? Episode 9 is going to flop because you guys could not take the high road. Lucasfilm could not put aside their politics to simply make a good Star Wars movie. They want to keep pushing their politics, and they don't want there to be any consequences for it. So they keep getting mad at the fans, and they're upset because they have fans that they don't want. They want an ideal fan base. And what I mean is fans that just agree and accept anything and everything that they have. Everything that they publish. Everything that they put in theaters. Everything. They want them to just be okay with it. But we're not. We're not that kind of fan base. We're not going to agree with everything. So Star Wars is dying out. It is just crumbling right before our very eyes. It's destroyed almost at this point because people like Rian Johnson and other Lucasfilm employees just keep on making things worse. And they don't care about what they're doing. They're just really just worried about themselves and their own politics. It's almost not even about Star Wars at this point. And what I mean by other Lucasfilm employees, there's a picture, I don't know if I can put it up on screen for you or not. But in this picture, it is a woman who works for Lucasfilm, I believe, and she is holding up a toy. And if you look at a shelf in the upper right corner, I believe, you can see a coffee mug that says Fanboy Tears on it. And of course, this got a lot of attention from the Star Wars community, and it's almost like Lucasfilm went into this whole thing expecting to piss people off, and they're really happy and just, they don't care. They want fanboys and Star Wars fans to be mad. It's like they don't like the fans that they have for Star Wars anymore. They don't like their own fan base, and they're, think that what they're doing is right, and they killed Star Wars. It's over. It's almost over, and I'm not giving up hope that we can come back from this, but as long as you have the same people that are in charge of Lucasfilm and Disney right now, things aren't going to get better. And I can tell you this, things are going to get a whole lot worse before they get better. So, I hate to be a downer, but that's just how I see things right now. I want things to be better, but I don't see it coming to get any better as long as you have people like Rian Johnson still around. Some changes need to be done before, or at least quickly after Episode 9. And I think Episode 9 is going to be that, one big, slap in the face to Lucasfilm to say, you know what, you failed. You have to make some changes if you want this franchise to continue. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And to the people who frequently come back to my channel, I really appreciate every single one of you, and I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading the last few days on my channel. I've been very busy. I have a lot of baseball and working out I've been doing, and the holiday weekend was a bit, busy for me. So I do apologize for that, but thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next one.